mathematicians, are we ready to get started today? Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. What have we been talking about this week? If you'll raise your hand if you can remember what we've been talking about this week. Joseph.
Decomposing.
Decomposing. Boy, that's a big word, isn't it? All right, I want you to turn to your learning partner. Wait just a minute. I'm going to give you some instructions first. And I want you to tell your learning partner what we've learned about decomposing this week. And I want you to use gestures. And I want you to take a turn. And then I want your partner to take a turn. So if you'll turn right now to your learning partner. And I want you to tell them what decomposing means.
Decompose. Start the whole part. And whole part. Breaking them
Use those gestures.
Start the whole part.
All right, class.
Yes.
Faith, what did you and Brantley talk about when you were talking about decomposing?
We were talking about start with a whole part.
Whole part. Tyler, what did you and Jordan talk about?
They're not the same numbers.
They're not the same numbers. So did you talk about that there were different parts? Different parts. Isabella and Molly, what did you talk about?
We talked about breaking stuff down by putting it in parts and breaking it.
Great job. Decompose, break it on down, break it on down. Decompose, break it on down, break it on down. Start with the whole part. Start with the whole part. Decompose, break it on down, break it on down. Decompose, break it on down, break it on down. All right. Mira with words. I can. You can. We can. Take the whole number 5. And break it into part. I can. You can. We can. Use objects to show the part. All right, well, this week, let's talk about, because we've got to rewind. Good mathematicians always think about what they've been doing. So we're going to do some thinking back to what we found out this week. All right, let's see. When we talked about one, and remember we only had one person to go to the movie that day, with our movie passes, how many ways could we break down or decompose that one? Show me with your fingers. And great job. And then when we talked about 2, how many ways could we decompose 2? And when we talked about 3, what did we find out, Elle?
That we can decompose that to 4, and that it's kind of like a pattern, and because it's not in the exact number, like 1's 2 and 2's 3, and 3's 4, and 4's 5, and I think 5's going to be 6.
She has made a prediction for today. Elle's predicting that when we get this up here today, how many did you say? 6. That we're going to find how many ways to get to 5?
6.
6 ways. Give her a thumbs up. She did a great job. Great job explaining that. Good job. All right, well, we've got those movie passes today, and I need 5 chairs. Let's see. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that will be enough if you'll go back to where your chair would be. Now let's see who is going to go to the movies today. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4. And Benjamin, I'm going to need yours too.
Can I go to my chair?
Your chair. I'll need your chair. All right. And I probably need you to move over a little bit because we've got 5 chairs today. So if you'll move over just a little bit. And Miss Kennedy. And Miss Kennedy, can you move on down, Isaiah? All right, let's see who's going to go to the movie today. Can you move over just a little bit, Kennedy and Isaiah and Logan, if you can slide down just a little bit. Let's see. Yesterday we had boys to go to the movies. I think it's time for the girls again. Let's see. Isabella, Molly, Elle, Tyler, and Faith. All right. So what is my whole that I'm starting with back here?
5.
5. All right. Do you think they should go see a thriller?
No.
A superhero movie?
Yeah.
Or a mystery? Which
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, they're going into the theater, and we have parts with seats over here and a part over here with seats. So, Miss Elle, would you lead our ladies in? All right, my other movie goers, let's see, what is my part over here?
0.
How many people are sitting in this part of the theater? 0. So I'm going to put that 0 right here. And Riley, how many is on this part over here?
5.
5. Did you have to count to get that number? Or did you just look up here and just say, you just looked up there? All right, 5, great. All right. Miss Molly, are you able to see the movie screen? Okay, would you want to move over to that side? All right, do I still have 5 people at the movie? Yes, I do. Joseph, tell me about my parts.
There's 1 just on that side, and there's 4 on that side.
All right, so I've got 1 over here. And how many was on this side? 4. 4. All right. Miss Isabella, how are you doing? Are you comfortable in that chair?
No.
What's wrong?
It's not right.
It's not right? You think you should move over? And Miss Molly's over there by herself. All right. Hayes, what can you tell me about my parts now?
1, 2,
How many's on this part?
2,
2. And how many's on this part?
3.
Do I still have 5? 2 on this side and 3 over here. All right. 2 and 3. All right, Miss Tyler.
Yeah, it's gum on the seat.
Gum on the seat, okay. She's been to the movie before, I think. All right, Miss Kennedy, tell me about my parts.
Yeah, 3 over there and 2 over there.
3 on this side. Do I still have 5 people at the movie? I still have my hoe. 3 and 2. All right, Miss Faith. What you think?
I think it's too sticky.
Oh, your seat is sticky? All right. You think you should move over? Jordan, what can you tell me about my parts now?
4.
And?
1.
1. Do I still have 5 at the movie?
Yes.
Do I still have my whole 5? Okay. So I've got 4 and 1. All right, let's see how Elle's prediction's going. I've got 1, 2, 3. Is there still another way I can do this?
Yes.
All right, Miss Elle, what do you think? Do you want to?
It was getting to the really good part, and I wanted to talk with them.
I love it. So you want to move over with your friends? I love that. Great. So Logan, what can you tell me about my parts now?
5 and 0.
5 and 0. So I'm going to put 5 over here. And why did you call this 0 over here? What do we know 0 means, Logan?
Because it's nothing.
Nothing. You're exactly right. 0. All right. Let's look at Elle's prediction. What was Elle's prediction?
No, I did it too.
She said there was going to be how many ways?
6.
6. Let's count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, good mathematicians are always looking for something. What is that good mathematicians are always looking for in numbers?
Part.
Part, but something else we're looking for. We're looking for a
6.
pattern. What I heard it, Miss Maddie. A pattern. What's happening to our number each time?
It's getting higher.
By how many?
6.
By 1. By 1.
Shine.
Let's look at our numbers too. This one starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what did this one do? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And something that we noticed the other day was, does this one have a number above 5? No. All its parts are going to be lower than what? 5. All these are going to be lower than 4. All these are lower than 3, 2, 1. Give our movie goers a hand today. Great job. And if you will, go back to where your chair would be. And if your chair is up here, if you'll come get your chair. If you'll come get your chair. Great job. All right, my star of the week. If you'll hand one of those to everybody. Let's see if we can get our chairs back. If you'll hop up just for a minute so we can get Dalton back in here. All right. Joseph, would you go around and let everybody get a tower of cubes?
You got a cord on you?
I do have a cord on. It is. It is. F-I-V-E spells 5. You can spell these if you try. With a knick-knack, paddywhack, give your lap a tap. You can do it, don't hold back. F-I-V-E E spells 5. You can spell these if you try with a knick-knack, paddywhack. Give your lap a tap. You can do it, don't hold back. Great job. I like the way you're keeping that tower together. As if you have your tower and your little mat right there, your story mat, because you're going to help me tell a story today. If you'll come out quietly and find your place if you've gotten your story mat and your tower.
Yeah. Okay. Extra.
Extra? I'll take it.
I didn't get me.
I'm going to give you 3 snaps. 1, 2, 3. Miss Molly, did you get one?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
I gave myself one.
I need you to turn around this way, Mr. Dalton, so you can see the story. And if you'll put your story mat on the floor, I'm going to read one of my favorite stories. And I need your help helping me to tell this story. This story is going to be about Mama Duck and her 5 little ducklings. 5 little ducklings. What do you have in that tower? How many is in that tower? 5. So you're going to start out with 5. So will you play my game? Yes. Will you pretend those little cubes are little ducks today? So will you help me tell this story?
Yes.
All right. Good reader and good listeners. Eyes are up here. Eyes are watching. Ears are listening. Hands and feet are still. The name of this story is Little Quack. This story was written by Lauren Thompson. Can you see Miss Emma? Why don't you come over there and get behind Miss Kennedy so you can see? Why don't you take your story mat and go right over there? Perfect. Because I don't want it to miss. I'll hold the story back like this. You think you'll be able to see? All right. Little Quack. What's this page called? Title page. It tells me the author and the illustrator. This story was written by Lauren Thompson. Sorry, I got to find my glasses.
Your glasses.
If you'll listen as we listen to Little Quack. This story was written by Lauren Thompson. Mama Duck had 5 little ducklings. Whittle, Waddle, Piddle, Puddle, and Little Quack. They all lived together in a nice, soft nest. So how many do you see right here? 5. Would you show me your 5? Your 5 little ducklings. But even Mama's littlest duckling was not so little anymore. It's time to leave the nest, she said one day. Come, little ducklings, Mama called. Paddle on the water with me. The 5 little ducklings squeezed close in the nest. Oh, no, Mama, no, they cried. Oh, we're too scared. You can do it, Mama said. I know you can. So it says, come along with me with your quackulator. So your little tower of 5 is going to be your quackulator. No ducklings are in the pond. How many ducklings are in your pond? 0. Good job. All at once, Whittle felt very brave. She jumped into the pond. Get little Whittle up. And splish! Look, she cried. Look at me. All right, how many do you have in your out of the water?
3.
How many do you have out of the water? 4. How many do you have in the water?
1.
Do you still have 5 altogether?
Yes.
Oh, good, because we don't want to lose one of Mama Duck's little ducklings. Now 4 little ducklings snuggled close in the nest. Come, little ducklings, Mama called again. Paddle on the water with me. No, Mama, no. We're too scared, cried Waddle, Piddle, Puddle, and Little Quack. You can do it, Mama said. I know you can. Then Waddle felt very brave. He plopped into the pond. Get Waddle. Splash! Hooray, he cried. Hooray for me. How many do you have in the water now?
3.
Oh, listen to my question. 2. How many's still out of the water?
3.
Do you still have 5?
Yes.
Keep up with them. Now 3 little ducklings clung close in the nest. Come, little ducklings, Mama called again. Paddle on the water with me. Oh, no, Mama, no. We're too scared, cried Piddle, Puddle, and Little Quack. You can do it, Mama said. I know you can. Then Piddle, get Piddle up, for a moment, felt very brave. She wiggled in the water. Sploosh! It's fun, she cried. It's lots of fun. How many's in the water now? 3. How many's outside the water? 2. Still got 5?
Yes.
Now 2 little ducklings cuddled close in the nest. Come, little ducklings, Mama cried again. Paddle on the water with me. Oh, no, Mama, no. We're too scared, cried Puddle and little Quack. You can do it, Mama said. I know you can. At last, Puddle felt very brave, too. He leaped in the water. Got him up. Splosh! Wait, he cried. Wait for me. How many's in the water, Miss Emma? 4. How many's still out? Good job. Still got 5 altogether?
Yeah.
Good. That left just 1 little duckling in the nest. Just 1 little Quack. Come, little duckling, Mama called once more. Paddle on the water with me. What did little Quack say? No, Mama, no. I'm scared. I'm just too scared. You can do it, Mama said. We know you can, said Whittle, Waddle, Piddle, and Puddle. Little Quack looked at the water. He sniffed the water. He touched the water with his foot. Could he do it? Did he dare?
Yeah. Yes, he did. Yes.
Suddenly, little Quack felt just brave enough. He closed his eyes and then splish, splosh, splash, sploosh. Into the water he plunged. I did it, he cried. I really did it. I always knew you could, Mama said. All right, did you get him in the water?
Yes.
Then off they went, 5 little ducklings, proud as can be. Whittle, waddle, piddle, puddle, and brave little Quack. How many do you have in the pond now?
5.
5. How many are outside the pond?
0.
0. All right, if you'll take your little ducklings and take them off your story mat, because Mama wants them to get into what? Mama wants her little ducklings to get into the what? The water. So if you'll take them off the water, and if you want to put them let's put them above our story mat. So if you'll put them above.
Can I pass them?
All right, we're going to sing our 5 Little Ducks song, and I want you to act the story out with me. Ready? 5 little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. When the mother duck said quack, 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 1 little duck came waddling back. So if you'll put 1 in the water.
No, you mean 4 little ducks came.
4 little ducks came. No, yeah, you're right. I did mess up on that one, didn't I? All right, so just 1's in the water. How many's outside the water now? 4. 4 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. When the mother duck quack, 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 1 little duck came waddling back. Nope, 1 just came back. Only 1. She called and only 1 came back, so there's still 3 out there now. So how many do you have in the water? 2. And how many's out? 3. 3 little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. When the mother duck said quack, 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 1 little duck came waddling back. How many's in the water now?
3.
Jordan, how many do you have in the water now?
2.
Oh, another one just came back. So if you add 1 more, how many will you have?
3.
3. Can you put 3 down? Let's touch and count to make sure we have 3. If you'll touch and count the ones in the water. 1, 2, 3. And how many do you have outside the water? 2. Let's touch and count. 1, 2. 2 little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. When the mother duck said quack, 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 1 little duck came waddling back. Hayes, how many do you have in the water now?
4.
How many do you have outside the water?
1.
1. 1 little duck went out one day over the hills and far away. When the mother duck said quack, 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 no little ducks came waddling back. Where are all your ducks now, Benjamin?
In the water.
Benjamin, where's all your in the water? How many are outside the water?
0.
0. Great job. All right, if you'll put all your little cubes back together in a tower, and then if you will
We forgot the daddy duck part.
Miss Ramage sang it that way, didn't she? And the daddy duck said what?
Quack, 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 quack. And they all
5 little ducks came waddling back. If you will get up in your seat, and Tyler, if you'll go around and pick up the cubes.
And I will get
And Dalton, if you'll pick up the story mats. And then back to your seat.
The next time, can I hang out these?
We'll sure see.
She You said give me those.
Yeah, you're going to take these that are story mats for us. Would you take those up? Yeah, Dalton's going to take them up for us. You got to hand them out for us. Thanks. All right, good job. All right, let me see why he's picking those up. Let's see, how many do I have in my stack here? 5. We'll get them out in just a little bit. Okay, you don't have to. You just put them down in there. It'll be great. All right, let me see how this side, has this side picked theirs up? If you'll drop yours in. Those are slippery, aren't they? Yeah, they've had all those ducks waddling around on them. Great.
You don't have to.
You don't have to put them together. You can just drop them in there. It'll be great.
Charlie and Maddie. Matt. Oh, Matt.
Great. I'll take those. You can go put those on my desk. It'll be wonderful. You need Isaiah and Kennedy's.
Isaiah.
Thanks. We'll still need those in just a minute. All right, let me see how you're doing. I'm going to check you this afternoon. How many's in my stack here? My whole 5. All right, behind my back. I'm going to go with, girls first. Ready? How many's behind my back? 5. What's my part, girls?
2.
What's my other part? 3. Good job. 2 and 3. Do I still have my 5? Yes. All right, back together behind my back. Boys this time. What's my part?
1.
What's my other part?
4. 3.
Oh, 4.
4.
Hey, sis, 4. Let's see. What's my other part? 4. All right. Let's go with this side over here now. Let's see. Oh, easy or hard?
Hard.
All right, my first part?
0. 5.
My other part?
5.
You're exactly right.
Hard.
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 Here we go. Let's see if you're ready. My first part?
4.
4. My other part? 1. Good job.
It's not hard.
This side over here. Let's see how they're going to do. Easy, because it's just 4 of y'all. Easy or hard?
Super hard.
Super hard, she said. All right, are you ready?
5.
5. What's my other part?
0.
0. Good job. Well, I've got a problem. You've helped me out this week. Remember, you had to help me out with the pencil and the pencil box on one day, and then you had to help me out with the 2 sweaters we had and hanging them on the two hooks. We'll tell you, I've got another problem. Yesterday, you helped me with the candy and which pocket we were going to put our candy in. We had 2 pockets and 4 pieces of candy. Well, today I've got another problem. Could you help me out? Would you, could you? Because I went shopping with my mother. My mother loves to go to this little grocery store. And when I go to this grocery store and I put my things up on the belt, you know how the belt will move it down to the cashier? And she goes so fast and she puts them over into the basket. And so really quick I have to pick them up and put them in the sack. When my mother was with me, I had a sack and my mother had a sack. Okay? How many sacks did we have? Show me with your fingers how many sacks we had. We had 2 sacks. We bought, watch this, we bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things at the grocery store. We had 2 sacks when we walked out. How many different ways could we carry those things out by putting them in our sack? Could you help me figure that one out?
Yes.
All right. Well, I have a board, and you're going to work with your learning partner. I have your grocery sacks. Here's my grocery sack, and this one is my mom's grocery sack. And so I'm going to put, if you'll put your 5 items up at the top that Miss Stafford bought.
Can I pass them on?
Oh, we will do in just a minute. And then we're going to see which way that you can decompose my items and make my part that Miss Stafford carried and my part that my mother carried in her sack. Okay? And I want you to work with your partner, and then we're going to get back together in just a minute and see which way you decompose that 5 so I could carry those grocery things out. All right, Miss Isabella, would you and your learning partner come and find your spot on the floor? Dalton, we just need 1. Dalton, can you get a clipboard? And Tyler and Jordan, just 1. They're all the same. Hayes and Joseph, she's got them for you.
If
If you'll find your spot, L's with Dalton, Faith and Brantley, Boone and Miss Emma. And on your marking sheet, if both of you will write your name at the top, and then if you will just draw the items, and you can just make a big circle there to show the items. All right. And let's see, I need Benjamin and Miss Kennedy.
Yes.
And my three friends right here. Can you find a spot? Can you find a spot? Just somewhere, if you'll... Class, hands and eyes. If you will stop right now, and the first thing you're going to do is write your name on your paper. If you'll write your name and your learning partner, if they'll write their name at the top. All right. Do you have your cubes so that you can use? You've got your cubes? All right, you're ready to start decomposing. Let's see how many ways we can get those things out of the grocery store. Can you put your items up here at the top? Where's your cubes?
What?
Can you put your items up there? You can take them apart if you want to.
I'll go.
All right. Who's going to choose a way first? Who's going to see if they can find a way first? Miss Maddie? Let Miss Maddie move them, and then you can record it down. Miss Maddie, how could you move the things and take them out? What would be the part?
And Mother would have 2.
Oh, my mother's going to get 2.
And you're going to have 3.
3. All right. We still have our 5 items? We don't want to leave anything in the store. All right. So Riley's going to record that down for us.
Oh.
Great. So I don't want to leave anything in the store. All right. Can you move them back to the top? All right. Then Riley, you choose a way that we could take them. See if you can make the part. And then we'll let Miss Maddie record it.
Maddie, you do this side.
That's a great
And
idea.
I'll do this side. Okay?
That's a great idea.
That's fair.
Oh, tell me about it. What were you thinking?
It's 4 and 1.
Would you still have all our 5 items that we're going to buy? Great. All right, Miss Maddie, can you record that down?
2, 1 on that side, and 4 on that side.
All right, are we missing? Do we have our 5? Let's count. We need our 5. Do you have your 5? Where's your 5th one?
You have to draw dots or draw the number.
You can draw dots just so show the items. Where's your 5th one? Do you have it? Let's stand up and see if it's under you. See if it's under you. We're missing an item. Stand up, let's see if we're missing an item. All right, let's get you another cube because we need our 5 items. There's your cube right there. All right. So how are you going to decompose those? How are you going to decompose those? Whose sack is this one? Mine. And whose sack is this one? My mom's, yes. Okay, so how many's in my sack? How many's in this part? 3. How many's in this part? Can you touch and count? 2. Good job. Do you still have 5 items that you're leaving the store with? All right, are you going to record?
I have the paper.
So you recorded 3
Paper goes first.
and 2. All right, let's put them back to the top. Miss Emma, what's another way that we can decompose? What part's going to go over here?
Go.
All right, how many's in this part? 2. How many's in this part?
3.
Good job. Do you still have 5 items you're going to carry out? Because we don't leave anything. Okay, that was the same thing. I think you had 3 over here and 2 there. So this time, and whose sack was this one? 2. And how many were in this one? 3. Okay, can you write that down and mark it for us? So in this sack, you're going to do 2. Great job. All right, Miss Kennedy and Benjamin, how are we doing?
I picked 1 on that side and 4 on that side.
Do you still have 5? Whose sack is this one? And whose sack is this one? That's mine. Great. And there's still 5 altogether? Great job. All right. Joseph and Hayes, how are we doing? Good. Let me see which ways you decompose. Tell me about this one. Tell me about this one. How many were in this sack?
5.
5. How many were in this sack? 0. So whose sack did this belong to? It's mine. So I carried all the things out. My mom didn't have to carry anything out. Great. Good job. Did we get out with all our 5 things? Good job. You did that too? So you're going to make me carry all of them? How many is my mom going to carry? None. Good job. Good job. Good job. How we doing, Dalton? Miss Elle, what did we find?
3 and that.
Do you still have 5? How many's on this side, this part? 3. How many's on this part? 2. Have you recorded that one? Oh, right here? Is that the one you recorded? You marked 3 on that sack. How many were on this sack? 2. So you still had part. Great job. Have you finished? Did you tell your partner good job?
Good job.
All right, as you finish up, I will take your board up here.
No, we don't finish. No, we're not.
Great job. You can go put that in that tub up there. I want you to hold your paper just for a minute. You can go back to your seat. And I want you and Maddie to be picking out one I want you to tell us about in just a minute. Okay? How we doing? Jordan, how you doing? Jordan, show me a way that you decompose these. I know. Can you show me one, Jordan?
We did all of
Show me one.
all of them for the way.
Oh, good. My mom likes to go shopping. So you made her carry all 5, and then another time you made me carry all 5.
Yeah.
Can you show me how you decomposed one of them? Oh, good. You got your name on there?
Yep.
Okay, I'll take your paper. You keep your paper. I'm going to take this. Can you show me how you decomposed? Show me one. Can I undo these? Can I undo these? It kind of helps me to see it a little bit better when they're undone like that. You can't do that. So how many's on this part? How many's on this part? How many do you have all together still? 5. That's what you have. Great job. All right, class.
Yes.
When you are finished, I'm going to take them right here. If you will get back in your seat, and I want you and your partner to keep your recording sheet. I'm sorry? Oh, are you okay? Are you okay? Did we finish? Tell me about one way that you decomposed.
I need to make a God.
And how many's on this side?
2 and 1.
Let's put that on our board and look at it. So put 2 over here, you said.
2
And you said 1 on that side? Okay, but we still have these numbers up here, don't we? Still on the grocery cart up here. Are we going to leave those? We've got to get out of the store with them, so which sack are they going to go in? So we have to use all of them.
Right here.
So how many's in this sack?
3.
3. How many's in this sack? 2. Do we have all our items? Do we have 5? So, yes.
On mine, I did 5 right there and 0 over here.
Okay, show me with the cubes. Show me with the cubes.
Okay.
Perfect.
And then
5 on this part. How many's on this part over here?
0. And
0.
then I did 4 over. And then I did 4 over here. Then I did 4 over here. And then 1 over here.
Perfect. I love it. Great job.
And then
Thank you. If you'll
2
keep your
over there, 2 over there.
seat for a minute, your sheet right there. If you'll take your sheet. All right. If you'll get up in your seat.
Stafford, what does that say?
It's Maddie's name. It's Maddie's name. I'll take your sheet.
Boys left that way, and they let me do nothing.
They made you do it all? Oh, they did it?
Let me do nothing.
Well, how about if you help me right now then? Would you help me? That'd be great. All right, my boys are letting the girls, Miss Hadley, go shopping with them. I'll take your cubes right here. So, Miss Hadley, I'm going to let you help me then. I'll take your boards right over here.
I'm sorry, guys. Where's the pencil?
You can just put them right there. All right. Got your sheet. Miss.
Where's my sheet?
I think it's right there.
Hey, the mayor.
Yes, you can put it in there.
Oh,
Joseph and Hayes.
I'm right here.
If you'll turn around, why don't you sit right back here? Why don't you turn around? Can you sit right here? All right. I'll take them right here, Hayes. All right, those boys were not letting Miss Hadley over here help them, so we're going to let Miss Hadley do some work. Faith, can you look at your sheet? Thanks, Hayes. Faith, look at your sheet and tell us one way that you decompose those 5 items.
We did 3 over here.
Okay, so wait, just go slow so we can hear. Let Miss Hadley do that. She said 3 in this one, on that part. And how many on the other part?
2.
2. Did Miss Hadley get it right? Mm-hmm. Great job. Does she still have her 5 things out? All right, if you'll pull them back to the grocery shop up here. Miss L, can you tell us one way that you decomposed?
5 on this side and 0 on that one.
5 on one side. And how many was on the other side?
0.
0. Did Miss Hadley get that right?
Yes.
She did. All right, if you'll pull them back to the top. Boone, can you tell us one way that y'all decomposed that number 5?
We put 2 right here.
Okay.
And then 5 and then 3 over here.
2 on this side.
And 3 over here.
And 3 on the other side. 2 in my sack and 3 in my mom's sack. All right. Did she do it right? Does she still have 5? 2 on this part and 3 on this part. All right, one more if you'll pull them back. Miss Kennedy, tell us the way that you and Benjamin decomposed that 5.
We put 2 on this side and 3 on this side.
2 on this side and 3 on the other side. Great job. Did she get it right? Good job, Miss Hadley. Good job. All right, if you'll take that paper, if you'll put it under your seat. You did a great job. If you'll raise your right hand and pat yourself on the back and say, you did a great job decomposing. If you will turn to your learning partner and give your learning partner a fist bump and say, great job decomposing. Decompose, decompose, break it on down, break it on down. Decompose, decompose, break it on down, break it on down. Start with the whole part. Start with the whole part. Decompose, decompose, break it on down, break it on down. Decompose, decompose, break it on down, break it on down. You did a great job. Thanks for helping out. So when I go shopping with my mom, I got it. When we buy those 5 items, I know how I'm going to get out of the store with them now. All right, today you're going to get to go back to the tables and do some work. And so we move the things around. So yesterday, if you got to work with the jewels, today you're going to work with something else. So if you sit at the table with Benjamin, you're going to be doing the beans today. So I'm going to let Benjamin's table go. And if you sit at Hayes' table, you're going to be doing the jewels today, my favorite. And if you're at Maddie's table, you're going to be working with the number bracelets. And Isaiah and Jordan, I'm going to let you come up here with me. Emma. Miss Emma, I'm going to let you come up here with me. And Brantley, would you come up here with me? And then you'll get to go back over there in just a few minutes. If you'll have a seat right here with me. Class?
Yes.
I like seeing those mathematicians at work. If you'll find the crayon that matches the color so that you can record. If you'll look up in your little tub. All right.
Well, what are we going to do today?
Well, which one? Well, let's see. I think we'll do this one right here because I want to see.
Lighting.
I've got a spider web.
Ooh.
A spider web. Are you ready for this?
I like those.
I think so. I think so. Well, how many spiders? You don't like spider webs? Okay, we'll keep them on the web. How about that? All right, how many spiders do you think we should work with today?
1.
1? What's our number for today, though?
5.
5. Across, down, halfway around. That's the way to make a 5. I think we might just have some spiders. So if you will take those spiders out. Do you know what this thing down here is called?
Opening.
It's called the egg. The egg sac down there. And so if you'll take your little spiders out, You gotta check me though. Make sure I gave you 5. So if you'll put them over in the egg sack right there. And count them as you put them out there. 1,
2, 3.
make sure I gave you 5.
1,
Are you counting?
2,
You're not scared, are you? You gonna be okay? Turn on real.
5.
All right. How many spiders did you have? Can you touch and count? Touch and count for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Let's do it again together. Can we do it again together? 1.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Great job. Miss M, how many did you have?
5.
5. Did you have? You gotta check me.
6. I have 5.
How many did you have? Let's touch and count. Touch and count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good job. All right.
I have 5
little spiders in the spider web. One crawled out onto the web. Can you move one out onto the web? He crawled out onto the web. All right. How many is still in the egg sac? How many still are in the egg sac?
1, 2, 4. 4.
Still in the egg sac? How many is still in your egg sac?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Do you still have 5 spiders?
Yeah.
Do you still have spiders? Okay. All right. Well, another spider decided to crawl out, so let one more crawl out onto the web. All right. There he goes.
1, 2.
There he goes out onto the web. How many do you have out on the web? How many do you have out on your spider web? Can you touch and count out here? Can you count how many are out here?
1, 2.
How many is still in that egg sac?
1, 2.
Oh, okay. Miss Emma, how many do you have in the egg sac still?
3.
3. How many's out on the web?
2.
2. We got to check Brantley. How many's out on the web?
2.
How many's still in the egg sac?
3.
3. Jordan? How many's in the egg sac?
3.
How many's out on the web?
2.
2. All right. One more climbed out. He went out for a stroll. There he goes. There he goes.
I went farther.
Oh, he went way up there, didn't he? Brantley, how many do you have out on the web?
2. 1, 2, 3.
How many do you still have in the egg sac?
2.
2. Do you still have your 5 all together? Jordan, how many do you still have in the egg sac?
2.
2. Miss Emma?
Yeah.
2. How many?
2.
How many do you still have all together?
1, 2, 3.
Don't forget these. Other part. 4. 5. You still have 5. All right, one more got brave again.
You have a broken web right here. Spider will fall out.
You think the spider might fall out? That's kind of the egg sacs that Mama Spider is going to make for him and kind of keeps them all together. But one more is ready to crawl out. Jordan's got him out on the web already. Can you make one more crawl out on the web?
Mine is a line.
A line? Outside. Jordan, how many do you have out on the web?
4.
4. How many still in the egg sac?
1.
1. Let's touch and count. Everybody touch and count. There's. Get your finger up. Let's touch and count. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, the last one crawled out on the web. How many do you have in the egg sac now?
5.
In the web's egg sac. In the egg sac, how many do you have?
0.
0. And why do we say 0? 0 means what?
None.
None. Any. Not any. We call that 0, don't we? Let's touch and count to make sure we have 5 out on the web. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. I'm glad you didn't get scared with my little spiders. If you can see, if you'll count as you put them back in there. If you'll count as you put, make sure you get my 5. We don't want them crawling around the room, so make sure. Count as you put them back in there.
3, 4, 5, 3, 4.
You got all 5? How many did you get back in there?
5.
5. Oh, good. How many did you get back?
5.
5. How many did you get back? Did you put 5 back in there? All right, good deal. All right. I'm going to let you make the bracelets too, like our other friends are doing. So, if you will, write your name on your paper.
I don't have paper.
Oh, maybe I have some right here for you. I got one for you. I wouldn't forget about you.
I can grab one.
Okay, would you get Brantley one too? Get our handy dandies down. So if you write your name, because the first thing on my paper is my name. So write your name. All right, let's see. What color would you like?
Green.
Green, and do you have a green crayon? Do you have a green crayon? There you go. That's what you're going to need today is a green crayon. What color beads would you like on your number bracelet? Blue. And Brantley?
Red.
I have orange or blue?
Orange.
All right.
Red. Yep.
You've got orange. You've got orange. Orange or blue?
Blue.
Blue. Do you have a blue crayon?
Blue.
Do you have a blue crayon? All right, if you'll take that crayon. Now remember, you're going to put all your beads at the top because that's going to be our hole. And what number are we working with today?
5.
5. So if you'll go ahead and write 5 in each of the squares.
We need a pencil.
You've got one right there on your handy dandy.
Why you call it handy dandy?
Because it's right here. It's close and handy.
Oh.
It's got everything we need right there.
Yep.
Close and handy.
Everything.
Can you go ahead and make me those 5s on that line? Can you do it on the ones at the bottom?
Hold on. I got an easy way to.
You've been practicing. I can tell. Great job. Great job. All right, so I want you to get your number bracelet, put all your beads at the top, and remember you're going to pull down part to one side and part to the other. So hold your number bracelet up,
There.
and you're going to pull down part. Can you pull down parts of your beads on one side and part on the other? You get to decide which part. What do you want? How many you want to pull down?
I got it.
All right, let's lay it down and see what you did. All right. How many did you pull down on this side? What's this part? How many?
2.
Let's count. Let's touch and count. 3. So can you draw me 3 little green beads, kind of little marks on that side? How many did you pull down?
2 right here.
Why don't you use your orange and it will show up a little bit better. Perfect. Great. All right. How many? What's the part on this side? 2. Can you give me 2 marks on the other side? So you've got 3 on this part and 2 on this part. How many do you have all together? What's that number right there? What's that number?
Do I know that?
What you know that one? What is that one? Let's touch and count. Let's touch and count.
5.
So what's that number?
5.
Yes, good job. All right, let's put them all back together. Let's put them all back together. Can you break them again into part? Miss Emma, how we doing? All right, how many did you put on this part? On this part, how many?
3.
3. Can you give me 3 marks on that side? Let's lose your blue and it will show up. How we doing, Jordan? Okay. What did you do your part?
3, 2.
2. So you want to get your blue and let's mark them on there. All right, put it back together. Put your hole back together. Miss Isabella, how are we coming? Good. Can you go back and add the numbers beside on each side? Can you go back and add the numbers for me? So if you threw the beans down and it was 3 and 2, can you write that for me and record those?
And do what?
Benjamin, are you about finished? All right. Na 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 na. Hey hey hey, find your seat. Na 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 na. You come on back to the carpet one time. Hey hey hey, find your seat. All right, if you'll put your paper in your lap. If you put your paper in your lap. If you were at the Jules table, would you hold your hand up? Miss Faith, tell me one way that you decomposed and made the number 5 on there.
I took 5 blue.
5 blue beads. Great job. So how many other colors did you have on that one?
Red 0.
0. All right. Who else was at the Jules? Dalton.
I colored 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 yellow, and 1 black, and 1 Green.
But you know, all my jewels over there, all my blues are hooked together, and there's 5 hooked together. So let's look at yours again. Let's see if you did another one. This one right down here, you have the 5 blues, and they're all hooked together. So how many do you have on that one? Count.
5.
5. And how many another color do you have?
9.
None. 0 on those. All right. Who? It was another one that had jewels. Miss Kennedy. Tell me a way that you decomposed. You made 5.
I put 1 green and 3 black.
You did 3 black ones, and then 2 green ones hooked together. So you had 3 and... What was your other part? 3 and... What was your green? Your 2 that were hooked together. 3, 2, and you made 5. All right, if you had the jewels, if you'll put that sheet under your chair. All right, who had the number bracelets? Who had the number bracelets? Brantley, tell me one way that you decomposed.
I put 2 over here and 3 over here. 2 over here, 3 over here. 3 over here, 2 over here.
Great job. Give Brantley a thumbs up. Excellent. Miss L, what's another way you decomposed?
I put 1 over here and 4 over here.
You did a great job. Excellent on that. All right, if you had the number bracelets, would you put those sheets under your seat? All right, if you had my 2-sided beans, we'll save them. We'll sure look at them in just a little bit. If you had the 2-sided beans, Riley, tell me how you decompose those 2-sided beans.
Two whites and 3 reds.
2 and 3 were your parts. Did you still have 5 together? All right, one more. Miss Tyler.
5 red.
5 red. Wow, that is a good throw on those 5 red. How many white ones did you have? None. If you'll take that sheet and put under your seat. You did a great job. And what did we do today? We took that hoe, and what was our number we started with? 5. And we broke it down into part. Decompose, decompose, break it on down, break it on down. Decompose, decompose, break it on down, break it on down. Start with the hoe, part. Start with the hoe, part. Decompose, decompose, break it on down, break it on down. Great job. You did excellent. I am so proud of you. You're great mathematicians. All right. I think we're going to stop now, and I'm going to let you go to the restroom, and then we're going to come back.
I have to go.
I know. I figured you've been working for a long time, and you did a great job. Let's give yourself a roller coaster cheer. Ready? With the log ride. Ready? Here we go.